Hello, everybody. My name is Luke Dickow. I'm the creator of the group French Horn Rescue. And first of all, I just wanted to welcome everybody who is here to the group for the first time. I had a few people jump on over from another group after I posted about this live video today. And those are Joshua Rosenbaum, forgive me if I mispronounced this, Zippy, Cheryl Pellet, Gabor Toth, and Cheryl Filson. Thank you guys so much for joining the group. The whole goal of this group is to help as many people as possible to improve on the horn and just improve overall mindfulness and just ability to just function as a great human being throughout your entire life. So today we're going to be talking about basic centering, which is something that Don Greene, I will say he invented it, but he sort of piggybacked on different things, which he mentions in his book, Train Your Own Hero, which I have with me today. Um, if you've never read this book or gone through its content, it's to me it's probably the thing that has helped with my performance anxiety more than anything else that I've experimented with, and I've done a good number of things from any inner game of tennis, inner game of music. Though I found those helpful as well, but Don's stuff just really gets to the heart of the matter, I feel. So we're going to be going through his version of this, which, like I said, he borrows and implements things from Aikido, Zen meditation, and other sources. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys today, and just basically talk about how I've implemented this into my life and my playing. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is something that I started doing a couple of years ago. I went through the entirety of the Train Your Own Hero, which took me a long time to get through. If you were truly going through all the exercises, I know he says in the book that you can get through it in a month, but I and one of my tutors, Annie Bosler, who's she's a good friend of Don's, and she's dedicated to in the book. We both said that's pretty much impossible. So if you happen to go through it, just do it at your own pace. Make sure that you are really going through all the content thoroughly, and then probably it will take you a second time. Which when I'm going to be launching my online program in a little bit here, I'm going to be actually going through this with all of my students. So the beginning instructions are as follows. So what you do is you start by finding a comfortable sitting position with your back straight and your feet solidly on the floor so you feel grounded. Place your hands over your center, visualizing the space 2 inches below your navel and 2 inches in toward your spine. Now in Zen meditation, that is referred to as the hara, and if you've done any other sort of meditation, yoga meditation, and a Christian meditation, that's most meditation forms talk about this center inside of you, which is again 2 inches down and 2 inches in from your navel. So, and usually, and if you've ever done yoga, you know that they actually talk to focus on that as your midpoint or your center point as you're going through all the moves. So this should be familiar to a lot of people, but if not, this is what we call the hara in Zen. So make sure you feel in balance with your back straight. You can keep your head up or let your chin rest gently on your chest. So funnily enough, this he does talk about earlier in the chapter that he borrows from Aikido, which for those of you who don't know is basically Zen martial arts. So it's actually almost identical to Zen meditation. So the first step in centering is to form a clear intention specifying what you would like to accomplish after you are centered. This could be, for example, to start out the competition well or to hit the high note at the end of the piece. For now, let your intention be to learn the 7 steps of the centering process. Say to yourself, now I am going to learn how to center. So actually this is interesting because I use this every time I practice pretty much. I will state my objective. So even if I'm just doing my routine, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do these long tones, I'm going to do these embouchure formation exercises, I'm going to do my arpeggios, etc. And this just helps me to really just calm myself down and to just give myself a really clear intention of what I'm going to work on. Helps me be more focused. The second step is to pick your focal point. This is a specific spot 3 to 7 feet in front of you where you direct your full attention. It is important that you choose a focal point that is below your eye level. If you look up, it tends to put you into the left brain, which is the last place you want to be as a performer. So the left brain being the analytical side of your brain, that most people agree on that, and the right brain being more the creative, and that's the part of the brain that is activated when you're in what we refer to as a flow state as a performer, when you're not really thinking, you're just doing. And after focusing on your point, close your eyes. So this is where he breaks off a little bit from Zen meditation, which is where you will be having your eyes open in most forms. So let's go ahead and just go through that. So let's just go ahead and do the first two steps together. So again, forming a clear intention. So our intention today is just going to be learning centering together. Second step is picking the focal point out in front of us. So again, find a spot that's a little bit below eye level out in front of me. So for me, it's just going to be the screen right in front of me, just a little bit below, probably around my neckline is where I'm going to be looking. Good, so you can continue to have your eyes closed. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going on to the third step. The third step is to be mindful of your breathing. Pay close attention to your breathing as you inhale slowly, in through your nose, pause, and then exhale slowly out through your mouth. Breathe slowly and deeply into your center. Feel your hands move in and out as they rest over your center, and avoid letting your shoulders rise and fall. Take several breaths until you are focused only on your breathing. The only caveat I would add to this is to don't try and control your shoulders, but just same thing as if you're thinking of a normal horn breath. Just let them come along for the ride. So let's go ahead and do a couple breaths together. So already after a couple of breaths, I'm feeling a lot calmer. And it is interesting how it only takes a couple just to really bring things back into center. And the fourth step is to scan your body for muscle tension and then release it. This is a really important step. This is actually, as you get further along, it's an easy one to sort of just jump over and not remember to do, but this is very important. So coordinate your scan with your breathing. On the inhale, check your jaw to see if it is tight. Any tight jaws out there, horn players? Feel free to move it around and then breathe out any tension you find. Then check your neck, your throat, your shoulders, arms, wrists, and hands. Finally, take one deep breath and release any tension that remains in your upper body. So let's go ahead and do that together. So again, coordinate your scan of your body. You're just looking for any excess muscle tension that you don't need. And finally, we're going to take one deep breath through the nose and release it all. Step 5 is to simply be at your center. The idea is to move from your left brain to the right by sensing your center, or at least sensing your hands from the inside. You want to be in touch with that quiet, still place. You can visualize it approximately 2 inches below your navel and 2 inches toward your spine. Or you could just picture that point as your core or center of gravity. However you do it, the idea is to get out of your head and into your center. Yeah, so again, this is borrowed, like it is interesting. It's almost identical to beginning Zen instruction. So you're just aiming to let go of any thoughts and just get. He is actually talking literally here, talking about getting out of your head, which is where we are most of the time, especially when we're just walking around and doing things, and then getting into actually feeling your center as being where your thoughts are. So let's just take a couple of breaths and do that. Good. The sixth step is to vividly imagine the execution of your activity or performance going just the way you intend. Picture it exactly how you want it to go. Hear it just the way you want it to sound, and sense your body's movements being performed correctly. So let's actually go ahead and do this right now. This is skipping ahead just a little bit, but let's just deal with something basic. Let's just pick out a long tone on a nice simple note. So for horn players, this will be, well, let's pick out a G in the staff. So we're going to imagine ourselves holding the horn. We're going to imagine ourselves bring the horn up to our face, breathing, forming the embouchure, releasing the breath into the most beautiful G that you could possibly play. Hold it for 8 counts. Beautiful. The seventh step is to allow the energy to come up from your center, through your body, up and up until it reaches your eyes. Then open your eyes and focus back on your point. You are now centered and ready to perform your best. Here's a quote by Zhuangzi. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you are doing. So let's go ahead and do that final step together. So still with eyes closed, we're going to imagine the energy coming up all the way from the center into our eyes. Open our eyes. And now we're centered and ready to perform our best, or ready to practice our best, or ready to go into our daily activities as our best. You can do this anytime. You can do this before having a meeting with somebody. You can do this before going into work. You can do this, you know, if you're having a conversation with a friend, or it's a tough conversation you need to have with somebody. This is just something that I find really nice to use in everyday life, like I said, by my practicing, and also in every time I perform, I'm always doing this before I get onto the stage. Sometimes on the stage I'll do it. You can do it very surreptitiously. Nobody will notice that you're doing it on stage. It just looks like you're just taking a couple moments to yourself. So just to review, and again, this is centering down. There's another form, centering up, where you're actually adding a lot more energy into your life, which that one I don't do a ton, because usually I'm pretty wound up when I'm getting on stage. But every so often, especially if I've been traveling a lot, like I was just on tour last week, and so I wasn't getting as much sleep as I should have been. And so it's useful if you need to add some energy, but most of us find we need to bring things down a bit when we're stepping onto the stage. So basic centering down. Step 1, form your clear intention. State what you intend to accomplish after you are centered. Step 2, pick your focal point. Select an external point lower than eye level before closing your eyes. Step 3, start abdominal breathing. Breathe slowly and deeply into your center. Step 4, scan for muscle tension. Check for tightness, then breathe it out. Step 5, be at your center. Get out of your head and into your center. Step 5, imagine it correctly. See it, feel it, and hear it the way you intend. Step 7, direct your energy to your focal point. Let the energy flow from your center to your focal point as you come back into presence and do what you were intending to do. So, thank you so much for watching. This is my first Facebook Live video on this group, and I'm hoping to do this every Saturday. Please leave a comment below if you enjoyed this. Yeah, as long as I don't have a rehearsal or anything of that nature. Yeah, just like I said, leave a comment and leave a like below if you enjoyed this. If you want to see more videos like this, I have a lot of good ideas for things to discuss on this group. And if you enjoy this content, also, and you're interested in working with me, just send me a direct message. I'm launching the online program for French Horn Rescue in a couple of weeks here, a few weeks. May 1st was when we're going to launch. And so, yeah, I look forward to working with you in the future. If not, I'll see you in the group. So, all right, take care, you guys.